Hey everybody, it's Michael from Replica Airguns with another field test shooting video for you guys. And today we're looking at the Diana Bandit. This is a PCP .177 caliber pellet target pistol, and it's pretty cool. I mean, I've done a tabletop video, so check out the specifications and some close-up videos and all the details on that. I'll put a link in the description, probably at the end of this video. I've also got a nice tabletop video for the CO2 version, the Chaser, basically doing side-by-side comparisons. I'm doing them separately, doing separate videos for these field test shooting videos, so you can watch both of them if you want to see how they compare. I believe the Chaser will probably be up first and the Bandit will be up second. So if you're watching this one, take a look for the Chaser video and see what you think of that. Okay, so at this point, we are going to put some rounds to the chronograph. I'm really interested to find out what this shoots at because it does have a fairly high claimed FPS. It's potentially detuned here for Canada. I'm really not sure what to expect. So we could expect 600 to 700 FPS or just over 500, depending on what this is tuned to be. So we're going to put, about, well, see if we can get 4 or 5 rounds to read through the chronograph. Then we're going to do some some accuracy testing with the target 30 feet downrange once I finish this portion of the test. All right, here we go. 515. And by the way, this is pressurized right to the max. 518. 521. We'll just unload this magazine. All right. I had to quickly adjust my mic. It fell on my shirt. Sometimes it does that. It's trying to do it again. Here we go. That's it. We're done. Okay, so 514, basically just up and over. It seems to be detuned for the Canadian market here, which is totally fine. If it was shooting 700 feet per second, we might have some legal issues because not only is this a pistol, so it wouldn't be considered a long gun, so it would be considered basically a regulated, not just regulated, but possibly restricted firearm here in Canada, which we don't want it to be that. We want it to be shooting somewhere between just up and over 500. With these 6.9 grain lead pellets, we're still well under 4.2 foot-pounds of energy or 5.7 joules. So we're fine here. This is not going to be a regulated firearm by any means. Okay, so I'm going to set up that target 30 feet downrange and see what kind of accuracy we get from the Diana Bandit. Let's get right to it. We're going to put 9 rounds in this paper target. I did do the Chaser video earlier this week, and it performed well. Got like within an inch grouping. Pretty impressive. So let's hope to get similar results with this guy. All right, here we go. Okay. So some of this is going to come down to me, of course. I had to get that feel of that first round there. Oh, did that one go outside? Oh, that's a shame. For some reason, maybe the trigger actually, oh, just ignore that one completely. That one was just a complete accidental fire. That's it. Okay, so there was one shot there, kind of like, was me. Yeah, this is interesting because this gun should perform bang on compared to the Chaser. Horizontally or up and down sort of vertically, pretty good, you know, all within an inch. But then when we started to kind of group it out weird. Now, I don't know where that one that I accidentally shot, what happened there. It could have been that one. There was this one that came outside, really strange. All the other ones wanted to group right here. So within about an inch, which is what I was expecting it to do. So I think I just need to play around. The trigger just felt a little weird. It's almost like I felt like the chaser was a little more, the trigger was more consistent. Now, that said, I did have the safety, I believe, off, or actually, yeah, so it was on safe initially. But as you know from my tabletop video, this trigger cannot be trusted, or the safety cannot be trusted, because this crossbolt safety, it sometimes sort of works and it sometimes doesn't. So as with any gun safety, you don't want to count on it. You want to count on your finger control and, you know, handling of the gun, pointing the gun, what direction. All of that's way more important than whether it's in safe or not, because as you know, the most dangerous guns, the most accidents happen when people think their gun was on safe or unloaded, right? So always assume it's not on safe, it's loaded, no matter what. So the trigger is good. It's just wasn't quite as consistent, the pull, which may have you know, been a result. This is the result we got. I just didn't feel the trigger. Maybe I need to play with this one a little bit more. The chaser felt better for me, and I did get a better grouping. This is the PCP version. The CO2 version was very consistent in terms of FPS. It was right around 480-ish, right in there for all the shots I tested, and it, you know, it almost shoots as hard as this. So if you're looking for you know, one of these guns, the least expensive version, because the chaser is about half the price, doesn't come with a magazine. The other thing to consider is you will need a pump for the Bandit, which brings the price up unless you already have a pump. You know, my recommendation is go for the chaser, especially if you just want to get a nice little target pistol for the least amount of money. Get yourself a couple magazines, and you've got a really nice pistol there that shoots nice and hard, and you know, is very accurate as well. Not to say that this one doesn't have a lot of potential. It just didn't get in the zone for me on this particular test. That doesn't mean every test I do is going to be off, but I like to show you guys what happens when I test it. I don't like to, you know, go back and do retesting until I get a result that I like. It's all about the gun. How did it perform when I tested it? And I've been honest with you guys, and I told you, you know, potentially why it may have performed like this. I think I for sure could have got a tighter group if I, you know, play around with it and practice with it some more, get that trigger working a little better for me. All right, again, these guns, these Diana, the Bandit and the Chaser, they're both in our Canadian replica airgun store. We should have them in our US store at some point, I'm sure, if it's not there already. Depends when you're watching this video. If you're interested in other products, check out both the Canada and US stores over at replicaairguns.ca and replicaairguns.us for Canada and the US. We got air guns, BB guns, airsoft guns, pellet guns, blank guns, and other accessories there. Again, I'll put a link in the description for these guns. And again, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Until next time, take care.